Okay. So my introduction has already been done, so definitely going to skip this slide. One other thing I can ask you, right? Each one of you, do you all use Outlook? Right? Do you get less junky or more junk in Outlook compared to other email providers? So if you're getting less junk in Outlook compared to other providers, you can thank me for that. That was the first AI algorithm I wrote 23 years back when I was working at Microsoft. One thing is there, that time also when I'd done AI related stuff or data analytics related stuff, it was all about how can we make it easier for at the point, right point, at the decision point can be taken. Of course, you don't talk to a human and things are only happening at the background. Once in a while, a pop-up will pop up on your Office application saying that participate in customer experience improvement program. 1.4% people will accept it, and that's how the data is collected to understand what's happening, what problem you're facing, and hopefully that's solving, including the sending the crash analytics and so on and so forth. So why are we talking about all those? Of course, we all need to make sure we understand that there are choice. Everybody has choice. So today's focus, if you look at it, how can I build my BI system? How can we make the decision systems easy for people to access at the right time, at the point of decision? Because we all have choice. Okay. Now, for example, if you are trying to book Ola, let's say you want to go to the airport is close by here, but any other location if you want to go, if you remove Ola and then Ola shows you like this, how many seconds are you going to wait? It could be Ola or Uber, doesn't matter, right? Any guess how many seconds you're going to wait? How many? 2 seconds. You are very impatient. That's good. Any other? 7.2 seconds in India. Mumbai and Bangalore has slightly low patience level compared to other locations in India. 7.2 seconds compared to US 4.4 seconds and 2.1 seconds in Japan. So that's the patience level we have. So what happens? We go to Uber or we take a rickshaw or phone a friend and then we move on. That's the patience level we have because we all have choice. Which means when you are scaling, when you have more users, you don't have luxury to say that, hey, because there was $1 billion sale, there were thousands of people came to my site and the site is down. So I should not be taking pride in doing that, because I should have taken the right decision of having the right set of data, right data model and right cloud provider to be able to do it, because the expectation for all of us is, all of the system is anytime, anywhere on any device. Microsoft mantra for quite some time, right? But there's reality now. We can understand those parts. The important part to notice is, can we silently understand how the people is using, how my product is experienced by the user and by the end user, right? Are people coming? Are people dropping off in a certain area, or what is the experience around those? About 2 years back, when I was coming back from Paris, I landed at Mumbai airport and I was trying to book Uber, and I opened it and it was showing me slightly higher price than what I normally see. Okay, went to Ola was cheaper price. Fine, I booked Ola and then went to my home, right? But within few minutes, I get an SMS from Uber saying that you tried to book, you did not book. Can you give a feedback? Sure, click the button. Only one question, why you did not book? Couple of options. One of the options was price was too high, baggage did not arrive, went with somebody else, and one more option. Select the price was too high, done. Few seconds later, I get another SMS, 300 rupees off for the next ride. Yes, I got a coupon for that, right? Understand the usage, understand what's happening with the user, and in real time process it, and then give the response. Yes, it could be a 300 rupees coupon, or at least understood something was there wrong with the price part point, right? So these are some of the things. It's more and more important for us to understand our user, understand how the product is being used, rather than just flying blind. Hey, somebody will use it because they don't have option. We don't have option. Yes, we didn't have option. We all use Google, right? Google was the only option, right? But somebody got into comfort zone, and what happened with that, with ChatGPT? We know what's going to happen there, right? And that's the part I want to talk about in the next slide. The expectations from each of the product. This is purposely old slide, by the way, and I think all of us will relate to this 18-year-old slide, when the phone world was like that. And if you say, I can do email on my phone, people say, wow, you can do email on the phone? That was a delight. Cannon was the scientist who suggested that you have certain things which are must-have, certain thing which is good to have more, right? Or dikhao in Amazon ad, which we see, good options people want. And at the same time, delight. Wow, you can play MP3. And then I dissatisfied, yeah, the charging is not good. What Kano suggested was, all these four becomes one, everything moves here. So time where they have no cameras on your mobile phone, then you have one camera, then you have two cameras, then one selfie camera. 4 selfie camera, who needs 4 selfie camera anyway? 4 selfie camera, right? Now that is becoming must have. After some time, you cannot have a camera without selfie, or 4 selfie cameras, right? So those are delight becoming must have. And these are the things These are things sometimes customer doesn't tell us, user doesn't tell us. User just expects that to happen. But while it's not happening, we saw what happened with Hotmail. 2005, the whole market was Hotmail was taken away by Google because it was slow. We all know that. It's published in my second book also. I'm promoting my book here. Second book, we talked about those parts that why it was slow. Right? It took some time for them to fix it. But by the time Google come in, 1 second you can log in. It never was 1 second, it was 4 seconds actually. But yes, people are able to log in and get something working. And that feeling of unlimited mailbox. Feeling, nobody had more than 10 GB at that time. But the feeling that you can have unlimited mailbox compared to Microsoft, it was 1 GB, was good. And we lost the market share. Microsoft lost the market share. Same thing with Jio coming in. Already market share, everybody talking about the postpaid plan, and then Jio comes in prepaid. Same features of postpaid in prepaid, and then you saw what market happened with this, right? So all those things are part and parcel of those. Important part is scalability, understanding the user, using AI, machine learning, and able to improvise those pieces. And we all take decision. I know we don't take decision like that, but we take decision like a hippo. Highest individual paid person's opinion. I know some of you are, I am a hippo once in a while, right? You are at the table, the person who is the highest paid person normally takes a decision, right? Mera wala blue, my favorite shade of blue, or this one. We all do those part, right? But then when you get more and more data, you are able to take better decision. And that's what it's all about data. It's about structured data, unstructured data, it could be anything. But the important part is, every activity or inactivity generates data. We need to understand that part. Most of the books and material will talk about every activity generates data. You all are very much passionate and listening to this talk right now since 1:50 p.m. Okay, your people who are trying to reach you, last seen on WhatsApp 1:50 p.m. You are active here, but not active on WhatsApp. But that's also generating data, and we all know how much valuable that could be. All of them has to go to the intent. Intent, 2020, right? What is intent? What is 2020 in India? Except COVID, don't tell me COVID, but anything else. 2020? Cricket, right? Mostly cricket. But there's a book by Abdul Kalam 2020, there's a Parle Biscuit 2020, Vision 2020, there's a weight loss program in UK 2020, and there is a talk show of 2020. So there's so much of meaning of 2020, how do you know? Again, data, but real-time data. You cannot expect people to get a response a little later. And that's where important part to have scalable BI part of it. I'm just rushing through this so that you don't kill me before lunch. But data innovation, several stories are there, not going to go to all of them. But just one story I'm going to highlight over here. It's all about data, which is point number 3, let's say, video. Okay. So when you're watching YouTube or watching any video platform, right, you'll be surprised how much innovation is done in the recommendation part and the real-time recommendation part, right? So now we know, right, millions of people at the same time watch YouTube, but YouTube never shows buffering because it just works, right? All the optimization, cloud part of it, all of them are taken care of at the roots. But the important part is how fast I can do recommendation on YouTube so that I can get the stickiness part of it. Stickiness, right? Remember about 2 years back, I was trying to get nostalgic and watching a very old song, 30-year-old song. So I searched and I got it. I was watching the song was over, too lazy to press the stop button. Automatically YouTube takes another song from the same era. The actors were different, the singer were different and all, but same era, and then try to play it. Why should I stop? Continued playing. Of course, YouTube made good money on advertising that time, but probably almost an hour. And that's the value of recommendation and real-time recommendation. Again, if your cloud is not ready to do that, if your analytic is not happening there, definitely you will be losing out on money on part of it. And there are several other elements which normally we see. Let me take one last one. Any guess what percentage of books on Amazon US website, what percentage of books are sold because of recommendation engine? Guess? Some number? 90% is a big number. 40% is okay. Actually 65%. 65% of the books in my Amazon US website is sold because of recommendation engine. Imagine, what about 35%? Search. You go there to search for a book, you end up buying more books. So you go there, buy one book, which is 35%, end up buying 3 books, 65% recommendation. That's the value. 200% more business. But the recommendation holds true only when it is real time. Only when the cloud is churning this recommendation in fraction of seconds and then showing it to you. That's why you will do it. Otherwise, you come later and then see it will not happen, right? So the expectation is, I have the data, give me good BI, give me good insights, I call it separately by the way, and recommendation fast enough, and the more emphasis, bigger one is availability. Availability not is pure in terms of your server availability 99.999. No, not just that. Accessibility, adaptability. How easy is it for me to go there, right? Pull versus pull model also. We have, all of us have multiple dashboards in the organization. But then sometimes you are struggling for URL. You go to the email. Hey, somebody send me that email, and then you find out. Some of you do bookmarks. But if you get to one place, even better. But do you have that time to go there? Probably not. So I created something called breakfast report. Morning 9 a.m. delivered in the mailbox. Right? Same thing available on Power BI, but available on the mailbox. So at least you get intuitive to go and check out those as well. So those are some of the parts. And the last slide. Promise, last slide. At the point of decision. I am taking a decision, can I get my insights there and there, rather than going to 2 different systems, 3 different systems. So yes, more and more people are getting toward those, so that it's one place. I go to one place, I can get it, I can get multiple tabs, all of them are okay, but need to be one place, clear enough for me to take decision, rather than a human creating it, taking screenshot and telling me again, no, right? Embedded AI, embedded analytics, embedded part of API and all are very much parcel of that. Accessibility, SSO. Single sign-on. No longer people want to have username, different username, password, and all of those. Single sign-on, seamless. Any device, tablet, and your mobile phone as included, right? If I'm a dashboard, I open a Power BI on my mobile phone, I should be able to take a decision on there and there. User experience part, complex, heavy query, all of them should be taken care of. Have you noticed when you do Power BI, right? You can see certain things and all, and next time when you go, you have to do all over again. There's no save option that this is the view I want. You try to do slice and you don't have save option, right? Of course, Microsoft is working on some of those. A new version is coming out soon, which will have some of those part. I'm part of the beta program, but amazing features. But yes, those are some things. How can you feedback? How can you create your own views and save it without becoming a Power BI developer, which you don't want to? Or it could be Tableau, it could be Clean Slice, it could be Quick View, or it could be Looker, any of the product, by the way, right? The complex and heavy query are the biggest killer, right? So for example, if that's why it's needed to spend more time with our business to see what kind of transaction they do, what type of analysis they want to do, so that our cloud can be done. Not necessarily, again, always have to scale the cloud, but if you can do a better job in understanding the model, create those parts, pre-process those query. Today, most of our HR system, most of our finance system is on Power BI at Capgemini, and we create a lot of those parts, and I've created a lot of pre-processing. A lot of pre-processing happens in the middle of night, so the next day morning they come, a lot of things are pre-prepared. And if somebody is doing a new complex query, good, they can do it. But there's a monitoring going on, we understand those parts and recreate those in the back end. And if I'm doing a delta, let's say last 2 months, and tomorrow I'm again doing last 2 months, I don't have to recreate it, and that's what we do normally, right? Recreate everything, no. Do the delta, delete one from the model, add one in the model, and that's probably slightly different engineering, slightly different mathematics, but it works also. But these are something we can optimize it rather than just going for the cloud to do the automatic scaling. And of course, last part, the location point. Sometimes we take it very lightly, location, but it's very, very important in terms of data residency. What are the data which is moving over the wire as well? So now when people talk about hybrid cloud, I ask them, do you really need hybrid cloud? If yes, go for it. But if your data is on Google or Amazon, if you're using Power BI, there's a lot of data moving back and forth. So be careful about those as well. That is going to increase the cost. Go for Tableau, go for Power BI, but looking at your infrastructure probably make those decisions better, and the location plays the important role there as well. Cool. As I promised, sorry it was a short one because we are limited time, and happy to connect with you over lunch or something, and then take any question you may have. Thank you.